Four important spirituality things people talk about are strength, Tao, spirit, and soul. White people talk about strength a lot. That means the ability to get what you want. There's an obvious benefit to that in evolutionary terms. And of course, it was white people who conquered the world. So white people's situation has supported that idea well. As they say, history is written by the winners. So the winners have said a lot about how getting what you want in life is the most important thing you can do in life. A lot of Asians talk about Tao, or they use other words for it. Tao means the way. This is the idea of accepting things you can't change. China has been politically unified for about 2,500 years. That means, for most of that time, the emperor got what he wanted, and everyone else didn't. So that situation supported the idea of accepting what you can't change. Of course, emperors would also have benefited by telling everyone that's what they were supposed to do. When the obvious way of figuring out what was supposed to happen in life by people trying to get what they wanted stopped working, people looked for a different basis for figuring out what was supposed to happen in life. Accepting things you can't change is a critical first step in understanding scientific laws. White culture is built around the idea that success in life means getting what you want, and if that doesn't work, you're supposed to appeal to the all-powerful creator of the universe to intervene and give you what you want. Over in the Middle East, a lot of Arabs are trying a different version of that. Now, a lot of these people just can't understand the environmental crisis because if they're supposed to get what they want and they're getting an environmental crisis, they assume the environmental crisis is supposed to be some part of getting what they want. Then that leads to the idea of the Battle of Armageddon and the total global apocalypse being the best thing that could ever happen because that's the path to eternal salvation. So a lot of people vote for presidential candidates who share that belief with them. Spirit is something that a lot of people talk about. Native Americans are probably the best known for this one. Spirit is stuff about people that can change. This is an idea about adaptability. That has an obvious evolutionary benefit too. People who lived at Stone Age technological levels had a lot less control over their surroundings than did people who had metal tools. So spirit is sort of halfway between strength and Tao. It means the ability to change things to get what you want sometimes, but accepting things you can't change at other times. People have spirits, and everything else has spirits too. Everything in the world changes and adapts to each other, which is what an environment is. Foundation for understanding science than either refusal to believe in limitations or total helplessness. Soul is something else a lot of people have talked about. Black people are best known for this one. Soul is the idea that there are some things about people that are unchangeable. First, there were centuries of slavery, then a century of segregation, and now things haven't gotten much better for a lot of people. People in this situation have been trying to get what they want all this time because they don't like the situation they're in. The situation they're in is one where other people can take from them everything they possibly can. So black people have highly developed ideas about the most important things in life being things nobody can take from them. This is a good foundation for learning evolutionary psychology because that's the study of the universal human brain structure. A big reason black people talk so powerfully is because, as a culture, they've gotten a lot more practice than white people have at talking and thinking as though there's a lot more to life than the here and now. And of course, believing your ancestors came from Africa is another important step in learning evolutionary psychology.